everyone, what's going on? Back with a new video today. Here with another Grady Hendrix book review. This one was a really good one as well. The book I'm going to be talking about today is My Best Friend's Exorcism. And if you saw my previous video, which I'll leave a link down here below if you haven't checked it out yet, about the book I previously read before My Best Friend's Exorcism, and that is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which I absolutely love that novel. That was my first one read by him. And now I just finished the second novel by Grady Hendrix that I've read. Without further ado, let's jump right into this. As I mentioned in the previous video, Grady Hendrix is a new author to me. I've only read 2 books from him now, obviously finishing up with My Best Friend's Exorcism. And I will say Grady Hendrix is a very interesting author, and he has a very good way of drawing you into his stories, and it's just really fun to read some of his novels. But in My Best Friend's Exorcism, we are going back to the 1980s era. Again, I wasn't born in the 80s at all. I was born in 1992, but I still love the 80s music, and I'm very familiar with 80s movies, so a lot of the references that Grady puts into is related to 80s and 80s pulp culture and everything with that. My Best Friend's Exorcism, we are following 2 girls, Abby and Gretchen. Abby and Gretchen actually don't start out as best friends. Abby is telling actually the story of what happened and how they became best friends, and Abby is hosting her 10th birthday party at this roller rink in 1985. No one shows up for her party except for young little Gretchen. At the time, Abby is finding that Gretchen is kind of a weird girl. She's odd, but fast forwarding moments ahead, and they become best friends despite their weird differences. They actually coexist with each other, and these moments are actually really interesting to see in the beginning of the story. So we're fast forwarding now to when the girls are in high school. They meet up with a few other of their girlfriends, and these girls actually, again, this is the 80s I'm talking about, so the girls test their teenage angst abilities, and these girls together, Gretchen, Abby, and a couple of our other girlfriends, try LSD. So during the 80s, obviously LSD was kind of a big thing. The AIDS pandemic is only talked about briefly in this story. It's more focused on the LSD aspect. They are wondering if it's ever going to work, and going forward ahead, they feel like no side effects of it until Gretchen ends up disappearing. After Gretchen disappears, she returns as a changed girl, and the girls, especially Abby, her best friend, can tell the difference in how she is changing. Her mood swings. She's not the same kind of, go-lucky, happy girl that her best friend knows her by. So this is where it starts to take a little turn to the dark side, and it's starting to get really interesting. So again, I don't spoil anything in my book reviews, but again, I will say that the ending was good, but I feel like it was lacking something. So despite the ending only being good, I will give this book 4 stars because the overall book, I was enjoying it. And for those who are into exorcisms or exorcists and who love the actual movie or book The Exorcist, check out my video. I'll leave it up here or I'll leave it in the link below of my Exorcist review, because I absolutely love the Exorcist novel. It was so genuine, it was horrifying, and it was pure horror in its own way. So check that out if you have not. Overall, I did enjoy My Best Friend's Exorcism. I will state though, I enjoyed the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires a lot better. That's just me personally, because I love vampires. And the book I'm actually on now, since I just finished My Best Friend's Exorcism, is We Sold Our Souls, and I'm actually enjoying that very much because it has a lot of music references in it. Grady Hendrix novels are one that can lure a lot of other different readers in. And again, if you've never kind of dived into the horror aspect of novels, these are actually really good books to dive in because he has a very comic way of showing horror and what he's actually writing. So I definitely recommend if you have not tried one of his books. Again, he is a new author to me, but I am still going to be reading some of his books, and then I'm going to be taking kind of a little break. I do want to check out his new novel, How to Sell a Haunted House. I've heard really good reviews about this, and that's one of my anticipated reads of this year among others who have read it or want to plan to read it. But again, in the future, stay tuned because I'm sure I will be doing a lot more Grady Hendrix book reviews on my channel. Comment in the comments below of what your favorite Grady Hendrix novel is. Again, he doesn't have many out there, but he does have a good handful of good ones. And again, I've already been through 2 of them. I'm on my 3rd one right now, and I can't wait to get to the newer one as well. And like I always say, my friends, please read your book cover to cover. We'll see y'all later.